Welcome to Strongsville PTA's annual celebration of Founders Day. My name is Katie Hollebarger, and it's been my pleasure this year to serve as the council president. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to begin tonight by thanking all of the individuals who made tonight possible. Stacy Hershkovitz and Laura Hausum. They put in countless number of hours planning an event like this over the last couple of months. It takes months of preparation, and we truly appreciate all of their hard work. I'd also like to thank our delegates, our council delegates, for being here tonight and volunteering their time to help with setup. Thank you to the Strongsville Middle School and Principal Adam Marino and the rest of the middle school staff for allowing us to use their amazing building. And also thank you to Mr. Scott Benson and the TV crew here tonight recording the show. On behalf of the Council PTA, it's our pleasure to have so many people from our school community here with us tonight. I would like to offer a warm welcome to all of our district administrators, our staff, our school board members who are joining us this evening, and also welcome to all of the people here who are members of PTA and to our past, present unit and council presidents. It's an honor to have with us so many people who have received the Ohio PTA Achievement Award in years past. We thank you for your many years of devoted service to the children of Strongsville and to the Strongsville City Schools. You have developed and managed so many programs that the children are still benefiting to this day. We appreciate your accomplishments and your continued support of the work that we do. Would all the previous Founders Day honorees please stand and be recognized? Again, thank you for being here with us this evening. Tonight, we celebrate the role PTA has played in supporting parent involvement and working on behalf of children and families here in Strongsville, across Ohio, and throughout the nation. Founded over 120 years ago, PTA is the oldest and largest child advocacy association in America, working towards bettering the lives of children in education, health, and safety. Today's PTA consists of millions of parents, teachers, grandparents, caregivers, foster parents, and so many other caring adults who share a commitment to educational success and family engagement. Here in Strongsville, we have more than 1,400 PTA members, and last year volunteered over 13,000 hours. The 9 units that make up the Strongsville Council PTA strive to keep education and welfare of our children as our focus. We are very fortunate to always have countless dedicated parents, teachers, administrators, staff, and community members who actively work to support the mission of PTA. This evening, we celebrate our mission, every child, one voice. Today is a day to take the time to reflect and take pride in our accomplishments and renew our commitment to be a powerful champion for all children and a strong advocate for education. As much as we enjoy book fairs, assemblies, class parties, after prom, the PTA volunteers work in many more ways to enrich the educational experience of our students. Council organizes and sponsors the Rockin' at the Rec dance for our middle schoolers, which is our main source of fundraising. With those funds, this year, Council PTA was able to donate $7,000 in grants to our schools. Some of these are badminton pickleball sets, balance bikes, stand-up desks, science programs, yoga and music programs. Further, in December, we were able to collect blankets and socks for our local food bank. And last, we have committed to funding 8 scholarships for our 2020 graduating seniors. National Founders Day is officially on February 17th, but tonight we celebrate the best in our PTA community, those that emulate the values and ideals set forth by PTA founders Alice Burney, Phoebe Hurst, and Selena Butler. We will be recognizing 10 amazing individuals who go above and beyond for the betterment of our students. They give their time, their talent, and their resources to their schools, churches, organizations, and community. They commit countless hours to make our schools and our city a better place. Helping me on stage tonight is former Council President Carrie Dewis. Thank you, Carrie. And at this time, could we have our first recipient and their presenter come to the stage? Our first award will be presented by Bethany Walters from Whitney Elementary.
Click. That was it. One tiny little click of the mouse. This was the click that began my wonderfully rewarding PTA friendship with Candace Swiger, Whitney Elementary's Ohio PTA Achievement Award recipient. So that click was me choosing to take on the membership chair position for our Whitney PTA several years ago. I clicked that sign up genius button, slammed down my laptop, and yelled to my husband in the next room, "Hey, I did it!" To which he responded, "Atta girl." And then I quietly sat for a minute and I thought to myself, oh boy, what have I done? I was so intimidated by the prospect of taking on this role. So we'll fast forward just a few weeks into that summer. It also happened to be Candace's first year as Whitney's PTA president. I distinctly remember having this meeting scheduled with her, and it was just so we could touch base, but I was so nervous. The moment I walked into the meeting, I recognized her. I know her, I have seen her around our school a lot. I would recognize that big, bright, welcoming smile anywhere. During that hour or so, Candace sweetly assured me, probably about 12 to 15 times, that everything was going to be okay. And she has continued to support me and so many other people in the years that have followed. So here we are, just a few short years later, and I have been given this amazing opportunity of presenting this award to her. The list of Candace's contributions to our school, our students, and our community has truly grown exponentially since we first met. She served as Whitney's PTA president for 2 years. She also stepped in to serve almost an entire third year when we were in a pinch last year as our PTA president again. She has volunteered countless, and I truly do mean countless, hours at our school, organizing various PTA events, helping our students, and always, always with the most genuine smile on her face. She's currently serving as our PTA's recording secretary. The cool thing about this, though, is that her kind heart extends well beyond the walls of Whitney. She was even recognized last year by Kinsner Elementary, receiving the Helping Hands Award for her dedication to their school and students. Candace is an educational aide at Whitney this year, and I get to see firsthand the impact she has on our children every day. As the students enter the building in the morning, the first thing that so many of them see is that same big, bright, and welcoming smile that instantly put me at ease when I met her. Believe it or not, this really is only a snapshot of what Candace does and what she has accomplished. She's joined here tonight by her beautiful family, her husband, and her 4 amazing children. They are a super busy family with crazy schedules of work and extracurriculars and sports. But she is always on the go, and regardless, she makes time, not just for them, but for the countless other students and faculty and staff and PTA buddies like me who really depend on her. Candace, thank you from all of Whitney Elementary and so many others for your dedication, kindness, and willingness to continually help those around you achieve success. On behalf of Whitney Elementary, it is an honor to present the Ohio PTA Achievement Award tonight to Mrs. Candace Swiger.
Thank you so much, Bethany. You're amazing. I really appreciate that. That was really sweet. Good evening. I'm so incredibly honored to be standing up here today to receive this award with all of you amazing people. Congratulations to the rest of the recipients, and thank you for all of your hard work and dedication to our children and our amazing school district. I want to thank my amazing husband, who is a constant support, wealth of ideas, the best problem solver, and most importantly, celebrates and supports who I am and what I love without question, so thank you. Thank you for the endless amount of days that you have juggled all 4 of our kids' sports schedules so that I can go to a meeting or an event. And I always know I put way too much on my plate, and you never complain, and you always do what you can to help me, so thank you. I want to thank our 4 incredible children, too, who are so flexible and help out whenever they can, too. And I'm so grateful for you and how you always make me laugh and look at the lighter side of things, so thank you. I also want to thank Glenn Stacko for being an amazing support, role model, and mentor. Thank you so much for how much you believe in me and how much you've helped me grow over the years. Being a part of the PTA at Whitney has brought so many amazing friendships and connections and opportunities to help and work with our students that I will forever be grateful for and cherish. Getting to spread love and light and happiness to these kids means everything to me, and I do not take that responsibility lightly. To be able to make connections with them and that I'm making a positive impact on their lives, that just really fills my heart, and it's something that makes me so happy. To be able to be there to listen and help guide and laugh with them and be silly with them and just make great memories with them is just such an honor and a privilege. Working for this district is honestly a dream. The job that I have at Whitney Elementary as educational aide, working one-on-one with students, is literally my dream job. To now be a part of the amazing staff that has helped support me over the last 7 years is unbelievable. And to actually see behind the scenes the amount of time and energy, patience, hard work, planning, prep, and love that goes into every second of the day, it's so inspiring. We are so lucky to live in this amazing city and to have our kids go to these amazing schools. So to my incredible coworkers at Whitney, I could not be more grateful for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this award. Everyone in this room gives so much of their heart and their time to make our schools amazing and our next generation better. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Presenting for Strongsville Middle School is Kelly Clark.
Do I need to lower it? Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is my privilege to introduce to you Mary Bender, this year's recipient of the Ohio PTA Achievement Award for the Strongsville Middle School. I am honored to be here tonight, both as Mary's award presenter and as her close friend. Mary is joined tonight by her husband, Brad, and her 2 children, Byron and Lily. Byron is an 8th grader here at the middle school, and Lily is in 5th grade at Farrar Elementary. Both of those schools have been so blessed with Mary's presence and her service. At Farrar, Mary has chaired the holiday shop and the 5th grade graduation committee for numerous years. She also takes care of the recycling at Farrar. Mary has been part of movie nights, book fairs, bingo, Friday folders, staff appreciation, the fun run, kindergarten screening, planning the big night out, and the list goes on and on. As for the middle school, Mary has chaired the Staff Appreciation Committee for 3 years, helped with SMS Gives Back, chaperoned most, if not all, of the Rockin' at the Recs. She just recently worked a Browns game to help raise money for our middle school, and Mary is currently helping with the planning of the SMS Wingding that takes place on March 7th. Mark your calendars. I think you can all agree Mary has been very busy over her past 8 years in Strongsville schools. Lucky for me, I've gotten a chance to work with her so much over these years. At least twice, I can remember calling Mary after I'd gotten home from a PTA meeting that she wasn't able to attend because she was working. And I would say, I quote, "I did a bad thing, Mary. I signed us up for the holiday shop." And the next time I would call her and I'd say, "I signed us up for 5th grade graduation." And the latest one was, this was about 3 years ago, I signed us up for staff appreciation. And you know what? She never said no. In fact, that's why we are here today, because Mary never says no to anyone who needs her help or her, and that is just the kind of person that she is. Mary has always been my go-to person, and not because she necessarily always has the time, but because she always has the heart, and that's why I can't imagine chairing or working on a committee without her. Sarar and the Strongsville Middle School are extremely fortunate to have her, and frankly, so am I. Congrats.
Thank you, Kelly, for that introduction, and thank you for nominating me for this award tonight. I'd also like to thank Nikky Freeman for running such a successful PTA, and everyone who contributes their time and energy to the kids and staff here at SMS and throughout Strongsville. I'm thankful to be a part of a PTA that's able to do so much for such a fantastic school district. I appreciate being part of a team that can offer what we do, and I look forward to continuing with this organization that makes the most of everything and everyone we have to work with. Thank you.
The award for the Strongsville High School will be presented by Jen Erdelak.
Hi, I'm here tonight to present my friend Christy with the award, which I thought was called the Founders Day Award, so I don't know the technical term, but Christy and I became friends, have been friends since our now 23-year-old girls were in the 4th grade. Our friendship has evolved from mom friends to a deep, caring friendship. Christy was like a second mom to my daughter. Libby often would say, "Mom, Mrs. Clifford makes the best food. Mrs. Clifford throws the best parties. Mrs. Clifford's house is so much better than ours." And the list goes on. I used to kid her that it was good I liked her, or I would really hate her. She has been volunteering since I met her. She was involved in the youth soccer program where she was an assistant coach and a leadership part of that program. At Zealous, she was very involved in the PTA where she served as the president and the ski club advisor. Christy also served as the treasurer of the Strongsville Athletic Boosters, which was very great, but very, very time-consuming, and she did it all with a smile on her face. She currently serves the Boosters as the sports program coordinator. Oh, sorry. Okay. She has been involved in track and cross-country programs through middle school, high school. Our girls ran track and cross-country together back years ago, and she's still involved in it because her daughter Rachel, who's at the high school, does it. So she's been doing it for a long time. She runs the invitationals, t-shirts, concession stands, provides support to the team and the parents and the coaching staff. She has accomplished all this while doing what we all call life. Deaths, job changes, kid issues, coaching issues, teacher issues, and supporting a very needy friend. I think if you ask her, though, what she was the proudest accomplishment, she would say being a great wife and a mother. She has raised incredible children who are all here tonight, and her husband. She has 2 in undergraduate programs, 1 in a doctoral program, and Rachel is a stellar student at the high school. They've all been very successful under her and Todd's guidance. I would also just like to say a big thank you tonight to everybody for allowing me to present her with this award. There are not many times in life where you get to brag about your friends and say how great they are, and people won't be rolling their eyes. It's just been an honor to tell you about one of the greatest women I know.
All right. Thank you, Jen, for the great introduction. Jen has been my best friend for years, and she's been my wingman. Jen wasn't a fan of being in charge, but she always had my back with whatever event I got us into, whether it was working after prom, running concessions in the coach's hospitality room at the cross-country meet, or really anything else I thought would be fun, and she'd just kind of go along with me. I'd also like to thank my family for being here tonight. It's pretty awesome that 3 of my kids came home from college for this. My husband Todd is my soulmate and my biggest supporter. My daughter Elizabeth is here with her boyfriend Mike, my son Chase, my daughter Bridget, and the baby, Rachel. I've loved every minute I spent helping out the schools and extracurricular events and activities that weren't even school-related. My sister-in-law jokingly asked me, "What are you going to do with yourself when all your kids are graduated and you don't have school events to go to?" And I'm not sure what that'll be, but I'm hoping it involves a lot of books and maybe a hammock. I still remember going to my first Founders Day celebration years and years ago, and it was so inspiring. All the recipients gave their time so selflessly, and it made me want to volunteer more, because all of us volunteer with no expectations of acknowledgement, but I'm so honored to receive this award on behalf of myself and all the other volunteers that I've worked with over the years. When Todd and I decided to start a family, we agreed that I'd be a stay-at-home mom for a while. Never in our wildest dreams did we think we'd be blessed with 4 amazing kiddos, but here we are. So I stayed home for 16 years, which enabled me to help out in the school, coach rec soccer, organize ski club, among many other events. 8 years ago, I chose to go back to work part-time with the schools. I got a job in the cafeteria. I became president of Zellers PTA, and I realized that most of our other parents worked full-time or part-time, and morning PTA meetings were not going to work for our school, so we switched it up and had our meetings at night. It worked great for Zellers as we increased membership, we got more volunteers, and we were able to achieve a lot of our goals. I gradually increased my work hours. This past August, I made the leap to working full-time in the treasurer's office. Go Treasurers. And I found that I can still volunteer. I just can't do things during the school day, but there's lots of things after the school day that you can do. One of the best parts of volunteering is that it's rarely a one-person thing. I have made some great friends throughout the year, and I still meet new people at events. Although I'm guilty of always wanting to be the one in charge of everything, I'm grateful to all the parents who collaborate with me, especially Keith and Laura Hausum during the cross-country invitational and the always snowy track season. Thank you once again to the high school PTA for selecting me to be this year's recipient of the Ohio Achievement Award. It is an honor I will always, always cherish. Thanks.
Our next presenter is Jen Harold from the Strongsville Early Learning Preschool.
All right, good evening. It is my honor to announce the Strongsville Early Learning Preschool PTA Ohio Achievement Award recipient. Miss Kathy King. She's here this evening accompanied by her husband. And as many of you know, the Early Learning Preschool, we might be a little bit of a smaller school and a smaller PTA, but we definitely have the staff and parents with the biggest hearts. Kathy, or as we know her, Miss Kathy, has been a wonderful bridge to our staff and students for the PTA. She helps embody the connections, which helped us this last year to receive the National PTA School of Excellence. The emails to which she might email us to see what we need for an event, if we need help, volunteering, and coming to any of the events outside of school time, are just a few of the reasons why Miss Kathy is our award recipient. Miss Kathy has also been very special to my family and helped bring my own little one out of his shell. Nothing is worth more than that to me, and I'm sure to any parent. Thank you is never enough personally, and definitely not enough for all you do for us and all of your students. We love you and thank you for making your passion change and enhance the lives of the families and students that you serve. Thank you.
Thank you. One of my favorite quotes or phrases that I love to repeat is that childhood is a journey, it's not a race. And I have the privilege of working with Strongsville's youngest learners as they begin their journey of learning. Everything is new and exciting to them when you're a preschooler. They arrive to school every day totally full of energy and an eagerness to learn. I have the opportunity to build relationships with students and their families over the year, and it's so exciting to see the growth that takes place in a school year. Our school has an incredible atmosphere in which students are extremely accepting and positive by nature, and our inclusion classrooms allow opportunities for young students to learn not only from their teachers, but also from each other. Everyone shows compassion and kindness throughout the day. The staff is overwhelming. They're overwhelmingly committed to meeting the needs of all students wherever they are and then challenging them to grow further. I work with an awesome group of individuals who I'd like to thank, who give 110% every day to our students. I'd like to thank them for helping make the Early Learning Preschool an outstanding preschool, as well as our PTA. We have a wonderful PTA with a group of families committed to offering opportunities for our students to get together outside of school. Again, total inclusion and providing them with these experiences. We are very, very just grateful for the work that they have done. And I'd also like to thank my family, my husband and my children for their unconditional support and encouragement over the last 16 years. Thank you.
Presenting on behalf of Sarar Elementary is Tracy Grahl.
Good evening. First, thank you so much to the PTA Council for planning this wonderful event every year where we get to honor those volunteers who give so much of their time to our children in our district. I know many of you may recognize the woman standing next to me. She has done so much for Sarar and our district in the past 6 years. I am pleased to be representing Sarar and presenting our nominee for the PTA Achievement Award to Kelly Presserin. Kelly's family is here tonight to help celebrate her. Husband Rob and 3 beautiful children, Gabby, Haley, and Jake. Not only is she dedicated to them, but she finds the time to volunteer many long hours with many of our PTAs and our district. I first met Kelly 6 years ago when both of our youngest children started kindergarten. Kelly instantly jumped into Sarar's PTA and never stopped. She has helped on so many different committees: class parties, holiday shop, Friday folders, book fair, Cozza, 5th grade graduation. Bingo, box tops, ice cream social, and the list goes on. You name it, and Kelly was there. Then it was time for Sarar needing a president. We did not have to ask Kelly twice. She stepped right up. Not only has she served on the board at Sarar, but she is also VP for council. Kelly has been active at the middle school as well, volunteering on committees like SMS Gives Back and as the council delegate. Kelly was part of the levy committee last year, and she really put herself out there to help our district get the levy passed. Kelly is devoted to all she does. Sarar will miss her next year as she continues on her path through the middle school, high school, and council PTAs. She truly cares about our students and our district. I am happy to honor her tonight and thank her for all she has done for us. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Tracy. That was very kind. First, I would like to thank my husband. There he is. He has supported me in everything and has always been willing to jump in and help. I've also volunteered him to help many times without his knowledge, and he has always been a good sport about it. I actually just volunteered him to build a huge volcano prop for after prom. I think he's going to be really excited about it. People ask me why I volunteer. First, like every mom, I love my kids very much, and I enjoy being involved. The other thing I tell people is how much I love my children's teachers. The teachers, principals, staff, intervention specialists, aides, etc., have been such a blessing to our family over the years. They are truly the ones who deserve the acknowledgments and the awards. They are the real heroes, and if I can help them in any way, I always make an effort to. Back in 2003, my grandfather was the Council PTA Founders Day honoree. He was an amazing man. He loved Strongsville, and he was one of the people who taught us to give back. Being in the same category as him tonight makes this award that much more special. With that, thank you so much again for this award, and congratulations to all recipients.
Our next award will be presented by Allison and Jim Carbone on behalf of the Strongsville Council PTA.
Okay, so don't be alarmed. I know you see two Carbones and you're already thinking, oh my God, they're gonna be up here for a half hour. We promise to keep this short. First, I'd like to congratulate Hillary. This is a great achievement for her. She's worked very hard. So a few months back, Hillary and I were talking on the phone, which we do often, and she was telling me about this award she had won, and I still remember her exact words. She said, I was so taken back that they would think of me. And I kind of sat there and I was like, that's interesting, because I can't believe you don't see what I see and what you give back to everybody at Sarar, and not just Sarar, but she started there, but the PTA Council. And it's crazy that she couldn't see that. So as I was putting together what I wanted to say this evening, I kept going back to those words. You see, Hillary does so much without ever expecting anything in return. She doesn't ever question or complain, she just gets it done. There have been countless times she's been up late at night working on PTA spreadsheets or missing social events, especially during the levy, to make sure her PTA reports were done on time, or even working her favorite event, the Friday night middle school dances. But she puts her all into everything she does for this organization, and it clearly shows. So I just want to congratulate you tonight, because you truly deserve this and you should be very proud. I'm done, so it's all up to him now.
I want to start off by saying thank you and congratulations to all the recipients for your dedication, hard work behind the scenes, and the time away from your families to ensure our Strongsville kids, in whatever capacity, have an experience they will remember their entire lives. I applaud your efforts and determination. Without you, we are not excellent. We are not difference makers. We are not the city we strive to be the most. And most importantly, we are not Mustangs. The following are just an example of a couple things that Hillary has been and currently is involved in. She was the treasurer at Sarara Elementary from 2016 to 2018, currently the treasurer for Council PTA. First day as a Mustang kindergarten picture taker. Ice cream socials, book fair, change wars, bingo night out, Sarara's bingo night out, works all the rec middle school dances. Hillary also does the bingo pull tabs at the tent at the homecoming, which benefits our seniors receiving scholarships. Student enrichment, pizza party delivery services for the whole school on the last day of school. Currently, Hillary is the treasurer of Continue the Excellence. Being the treasurer for Continue the Excellence is one of her favorites. She will tell you during this last levy, she could have lost her mind a little bit, maybe some hair and a lot of sleep from the levy. But she was proud to see our city come together and put education first. Last but not least, Hillary was a volunteer at the food bank for the last 4 years and honorably holds the title as one of their fastest baggers. Hillary is accompanied this evening by her husband, Joe, her daughter, Olivia, her 2 sons, Zachary and Joshua, her mother, Joni, and many friends and neighbors. May I present Miss Hillary Yankello.
Thank you, Jim and Allison. I appreciate that. Okay, it says on here to take a deep breath, so I'm going to do that. This is not one of my favorite things. First of all, I'd like to thank my family so much and all my friends who came out to support me tonight. As many of you know, I moved to Strongsville from Atlanta 6 years ago, not knowing a single soul in this town. I am now able to kind of look out into this crowd of so many familiar faces that I'm blessed to truly call my friends. While I am humbled and honored to be receiving this award, it does not come without 100 thank yous to those who have embraced, encouraged, and supported me along the way. There are a whole lot of laughs, tears, text messages, and phone calls behind this award. All of us here tonight are working towards the same goal, the betterment of our students, faculty, and community as a whole. They say it takes a village, and this is one I'm proud to call my home. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
The award for Muraski Elementary will be presented by Ari Jaxtis.
We're gonna make this short and sweet because I'm losing my voice. And Beth literally just landed from Disney like 2 hours ago. She's ready to go home and go to bed. So I have a different way of getting to know Beth than I think most moms do. Our boys actually started kindergarten at the same time, and they are now in 3rd grade, but they've never been in the same class together. So we don't know each other as mom friends. I met Beth through PTA, and Beth is one of those people that flies under the radar. She'll never tell you all the wonderful things that she does. So when the chance came up this year to nominate somebody, I nominated Beth because she has taught me it's not about telling people all the great things that you've done. It's about stepping up when a position needs to be filled, or a child needs a smile because they need something, or a teacher or a parent or a new principal might need something from somebody, and she's always been that person. So I thank you for teaching me how to be a better volunteer for our children, our staff, and our teachers. And I just thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Hi, I'm Beth. am so honored to be here tonight and accept this award, but this award goes to so many more people than just me. It belongs to all of our Muraski PTA volunteers. We have so many, and they're all awesome. But my biggest inspiration is my mom. I went to Muraski, and my mom was the PTA mom. So when I grew up, I always thought I want to be just like her and be at Muraski all the time. So that's what I do, and I love it. So thank you, Mom, and thank you, Ari, for nominating me for this award.
Presenting on behalf of Kinsner Elementary is Stephen Dietrich.
Good evening. So it was my first week as principal at Kinsner Elementary when I got an email from Susan. And I actually honestly think this was my first email that I got, besides an email from Dr. Ryba saying I got the job. In that meeting, we set up a time to go over for the events that we're going to have at Kinsner. And I was truly overwhelmed with the amount of activities that were planned at Kinsner. From fundraisers to school-wide shirts, plans to renovate a new playground, Susan has proven to provide innovative ideas for Kinsner and is truly dedicated to doing what's right for kids, including somehow convincing me to get a pie in my face for a prize. She is always cheerful and positive and leaving a smile on our student and staff's faces. Parents have told me that she always strives to go the extra mile for kids. She has positive energy, a caring heart, and works tirelessly to give kids opportunities. I honestly can't think of a better person to start my career off as a principal than Susan Thomas.
Okay, hi. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you for all the support and acceptance that Kinsner has shown to me and my family so quickly into our tenure with this school. I realize that I'm not always the calmest or simplest person around, and it truthfully means more than I can express. So, this whole PTA thing. In all honesty, this was kind of part of my mommyhood plan that I hoped for myself after my children were in full-day school. Not the whole switching from one elementary school to another and getting an award part, but being as involved as I could be part. I'm just so super lucky that my husband and my family situation have allowed me the time to make this a possibility. Thanks also to my children, James and Julia, for playing along with most of the time with all of the activities that I inevitably ask for your help with. A little background, I come from a Montessori, a public, and a private school background with both co-ed and all-girl classmates. I've experienced the challenges and benefits of both regular and accelerated curriculums throughout my schooling. So something that I've always hoped for my children is that they could experience all the different approaches to education that I did while bouncing around at different schools in one place, while also feeling the pride and sense of belonging that being a part of a strong city school district brings to a kid growing up. I'm obviously not a teacher or an administrator, but I hope that by being involved with the school system that I can stay tuned in to many children's needs and hopefully provide support or guide positive change along the way, however and whenever necessary. So as mentioned, we weren't always at Kinsner. My now third grader, James, spent the first 2 years in elementary school at Soror before we decided to move across town. When it came time to dive into PTA, as my aforementioned mommyhood plan dictated that I was to do, I felt like the new kid all over again. So I picked an outfit, I showed up with butterflies in my stomach to the first meeting at Soror, and kept putting one foot in front of the other until suddenly I was a part of a few committees with all of these wonderful ladies. I thought I was on a roll, and then screech, a great house fell in our lap, and we bit the bullet on this whole moving thing and cued the sobbing as I left Soror. Dr. Razzo and Mrs. Gorey were handing me tissues, and before I knew it, I had agreed to be co-president at a brand new school where I knew like 5 people. So I picked an outfit, and I held my head up high, and I faked it until I made it, as they say. I wrote a lot of people's names down. I do have to say that as for all of the Kellys that there are at Sarrar, there are a ton of Michelles and Kristens at Kinsner. So last initials and a trick to remember them was super duper helpful. Other than the obvious size difference too, Kinsner and Sarrar are very similar supportive environments for families and students, and I honestly feel so lucky to have gotten to know each side of town at this point. I want to thank you especially to my friend and co-president Nicole Tresnick for always being by my side throughout the past couple years. I do have to say, when I was named Kinsner's recipient for the Ohio PTA Outstanding Achievement Award last December, I was thrilled. I didn't realize how much happier I could get until I started to learn who all the other recipients were. I don't know all of you, but I do happen to know 5 of the other 9 being honored tonight. And I just wanted to mention that Mary was one of the first people who stood out to me at Sarrar and was such a great example and a go-getter. Hillary, maybe little, but she's actually smart as a whip and larger than life. She just always keeps going with the pep in her step. Kelly is just always so knowledgeable on any topic that comes up and amazes me with kids at all of the schools at all of her involvement. Candace spreads kindness everywhere she goes. She's so grounded and one of the best role models I've seen for our community's children. And Diana, you haven't met her yet. She's always on top of things with great feedback and ideas. She's someone you can really count on. I got more excited once I learned that all of you ladies were getting this award with me. So I'm so happy to be in the company of you and amongst friends whom I didn't have before. That's kind of what I think this whole thing is about. Working along great people with similar goals for our kids, our district, and our community, while feeling fulfilled and strongly enough in our endeavors that we have fun doing it and don't even consider putting a price tag on what we do. I'll finish by saying, making friends and being recognized is just the icing on the cake. And elementary ladies here, I can't wait to join forces with you at the middle school in a few years. Thank you.
Our next award will be presented by Jess Cozza for the Strongsville Early Childhood PTA.
I swear these lights get brighter and brighter every year. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to present the Ohio PTA Achievement Award to our member and great friend, Diana Martins. Diana is here with her daughter Olivia, son Noah, her husband Matt, and her parents. She joined the Early Childhood PTA in 2012. Since her time with us, she has served in various chair roles, such as playgroups, homecoming parade, and bylaws. She served on the board as a secretary and then president in 2015 and 2016. She has also participated on various committees such as the Audit Committee, Preschool Open House, Sunshine and Flowers, and Children's Activities Planning. She continues her PTA roles at Kinsner as bylaws and membership chair and a publicity chair at the Strongsville Cooperative Preschool. Other involvement includes Brownie Troop Leader for Troop 70517. Outside of her volunteer work, Diana is an avid crafter and cook. She makes excellent meringue cookies. That's why I asked you about that recipe. And she works for a photography studio doing sports photos for kids. She's also a big Disney fanatic and is an Ashland University graduate. I remember the first time I met Diana. It was at story time at the library where she announced to come to an ice cream social and learn about SEPTA. I was overwhelmed with 2 under 2, and she was the first person I met from this group. Since then, we have had many great adventures, with my favorite being our toddler car wash play date. And the best part was not only watching our kids socialize, but it felt great to be in the presence of other moms like Diana. She understands the importance of early social skills for very young children, and that is what SEPTA is all about. Congratulations to Diana on a very well-deserved achievement.
Thank you, Jess. That was very, very sweet. Hi, everyone. I can't see anyone except for the front row. I'm Diana Martins, and I'm honored to be included in this group of so many other deserving recipients of this award this year. I've attended this ceremony several times over the years, and every year I leave feeling so inspired. With all of the negativity in our world today, it's refreshing and uplifting to spend an evening celebrating the good that people are doing. I'd like to take a few moments to acknowledge a few groups of people who have supported me and continue to inspire me. My parents, John and Sharon, are here tonight, and I want to thank them for their endless support and encouragement. My mom was a PTA volunteer and room mom. My dad was my coach, and both of my parents' career paths have led them to working in schools. Their influence led me to become a parent who's involved in the community and the schools, because that was my experience as a child. It's funny how as parents we often know what will happen to our children before it occurs, like you're gonna spill that cup or you're gonna trip and fall. When I volunteered for my very first role in the PTA, I remember my mom said to me, "You're gonna be president of that PTA before you're out of it." And of course, she was right. Back in 2012, I was a stay-at-home mom to a 1-year-old. We were new to Strongsville, and I joined the early childhood PTA to find some mom friends. I started going to the meetings and joined a play group, and from within this group, in the trenches of motherhood, I've made some of my very best friends in life. But I quickly found out that it wasn't all just play dates and parties and mom's nights out. I began to realize that I was involved in something much bigger. I learned about all the ways the PTA benefits our schools and advocates for children on a local, state, and national level. The Strongsville Early Childhood PTA is unique in the fact that the members don't necessarily have kids in school yet, but it's the first opportunity that young families in our community have to connect with our school system and with other parents. I'm grateful for everyone I've gotten to know through the PTA, including the 3 presidents who came directly before me, Julie Lawson, Andrea Kimmel, and Kim Bacanti, all of whom are past recipients of this award, and the 2 presidents who have come after me, Katie Holbarger and Jess Cozza. Thank you all for continuing to lead and inspire new PTA members, and for allowing me to pass the torch knowing that it was in good hands. And lastly, I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for my kiddos, Olivia and Noah. They are, of course, the reason I got involved in PTA, and their future is the reason I will continue to be here. They hear a common phrase in our house: "I have a meeting tonight," and I'm often heading out the door for an event as my husband Matt is getting home. He's a true partner in all that I do, and I can't thank him enough for his unwavering support when I decided to dive headfirst into this organization. Thank you to Dr. Ryba and our administration. Thank you to all of our PTA founders and members, and thank you to our PTA Council for this honor tonight.
Our final presenters for this evening, Nikky Freeman and Michelle Thaw for Chapman Elementary.
Good evening. This year, I would like to nominate Rosann Redd for Chapman Ohio PTA Achievement Award. The first time I met Rosann, we were at a Christmas concert at Chapman with our first graders that are currently 8th graders, and I was sitting behind her, and she leaned back to me and said, "Are you Julia's mom?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "I just wanted to meet you because my Xander, her grandson, just loves your Julia." And little did I know, just from that conversation, how a beautiful friendship would grow. Rosann has 2 grandsons that she loves and helps care for. She also has time to be a member of both Chapman and the middle school PTAs. She is very active in both schools. She holds many board positions, runs many committees like yearbook, reflections, fundraising, and she's an amazing webmaster. She is most deserving of this award. Congratulations, Rosann.
Thank you, Nikki. I wasn't expecting the webmaster comment. I cannot tell you how surprised I was when they announced that I won this award. I really just think I do whatever I'm asked to do and nothing too much out of the ordinary. But so I really, really appreciate this. I'm very honored. I know I'm a grandmother, and you don't normally see grandmothers up here doing PTA stuff, but my daughter, when she was in school, I don't even remember knowing there was a PTA at her schools. And now that they all live with me, I just kind of got involved when I got to a job position that I could stay home and volunteer. I didn't know very many people in town. We moved here 9 years ago. And yeah, as Nikky said, a few little conversations here and there, and I started going to PTA meetings, and here we are. The one thing that I do want to talk about is when Xander was in 5th grade, he's the one in 8th grade now, and I also have one in 3rd grade, Cooper. But when Xander was in the 5th grade, he came up to me at the end of school party, gave me a big hug right in front of all his friends and everything, and said, "Wow, Mama, thank you so much for all you do at school." Got me here. Of course, in 6th grade, he didn't want me to go to anything that he attended. So when Xander left Chapman, though, in 5th grade, my other grandson was in 1st grade. So I continued to work with the Chapman PTA and started working with the middle school. I'll have a couple of years break here from the middle school. I suppose you'll see me around the high school now for a couple years. Cooper's in 3rd, so I'll be at Chapman for a couple more years. I really enjoy everything I do with this group, and I try to be there when they yell, "Hey, Rosann, can you help me?" So I do appreciate all the support from all the other members of the team. I appreciate my friends who have come out to support me tonight. And thanks everyone so much for this award. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Congratulations to all of you, wonderful volunteers. How about one more round of applause for everybody? Before we can conclude our program tonight, it's a privilege for me to introduce Jennifer Pelko, our Assistant Superintendent of the Strongsville City Schools.
I'm just happy that you all stayed to hear my closing remarks. It's exciting. Earlier today, normally Dr. Ryba does the closing. You really can't see anybody from here. Everybody was saying that. You really can't. Earlier today, Dr. Ryba asked me if I had my big speech ready for tonight, and I said, I think I'm just going to wing it because I'm keep it short and sweet because I'm the last thing between you and getting home in this beautiful weather that we're having here tonight. And I did text him, and I said, I've heard like 4 times, are we going to have a snow day tomorrow? So I'm sure your kids are home trying to prepare for that. I just want to say, I will keep it short and sweet, but I do want to thank Katie and Carrie for all your work, and also Laura and Stacy for all of the time. I witnessed it firsthand as they were in the board office many days, copying things and getting ready for tonight, and the amount of work that they put into this program is phenomenal, and thank you so much for having it. It's a great night, just sitting in the audience and listening to the speeches, and it makes you feel really good, as a district employee, because you thanked so many of our employees and the work that we do, and I guess a true fashion of a volunteer. They're so selfless. And thanking us when really we should be thanking all of you, because without your support, without your partnership, we would not be able to do half of what we do. And it is so appreciated that you volunteer so many hours, and not only you, but the sacrifices that your families make to make it all happen. It's just outstanding, and I would just like to give everybody one more round of applause. Congratulations. So once again, just have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here on this special occasion tonight, and well-deserved, PTA. Thank you.
Before everyone heads out, we would like the recipients tonight to all join together on stage so we can get a picture. And thank you once again for being with us this evening. Congratulations to everyone, and have a great rest of your evening.